Hello everyone, this is R. Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. So here we have to be discussed about the dams and types of the dams. So it is very important role for the water resource engineering, and the hydraulic structure will be discussed. The types of the dams will be discussed here today. That is Suresh Kumar, working as Assistant Professor, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Dundigal, Hyderabad. Here, types of the dams. So let us begin to the what is meant by dam and types of the dams. Different type of the conditions will be discussed today. And definition: a dam is a hydraulic structure which is constructed across the river or streams of the river to retaining of the water. Whatever the water is, wastewater is flowing from the catchment area, free flowing of the water can be stored. Some different type of the purposes can be storage of the water due to the different type of the ways. So this can be purpose of the hydraulic structure we call as a dam. So a dam is a barrier is constructed across the river for natural streams or create a reservoir. So whenever it can be becomes the storage of the water, it can be storage of the water from the upstream side and it can be flows in the downstream side. So this can be storage here can be due to of the irrigation purposes and also domestic purposes and navigation like that. We will discuss it in the later. So based on this, we have to construct the hydraulic structures constructed across the river. We call as the dam. So let us see the storage. Here see that one. The storage of the water can be utilized in the following object. What are they? The first one is hydropower. Now we know very well the hydropower generation of the dam is the major role can be created here. So next the irrigation purposes. As we know very well, irrigation purposes have to be used for the reservoir water for the irrigation purpose during the season wise. They can be released the water and it can be utilized for the cultivation of the land and for the irrigation purposes. Next, drought and flood water for domestic consumption, and it can be also the canal due to the water is released from the canals, and also it can be used for the after the purification can be used for the drinking purpose also it can be used. The next one is drought and flood control. The drought and flood control is also used for the reservoir water of the storage. So next for navigation purposes. For navigation purposes, one place to another place for traveling, the canals or can be used for this navigational purpose can be used for the reservoirs. Next other utilization is the develop the fisheries. In the fisheries development is a major role. A lot of income to the public as well as the government could manage to acquire some amount from this one. So they are used for the utilization of the developing of the fisheries. Next, let us see the different part of the dam will be. Let us look at this one. In this one, there is upstream side. Here, upstream side. This is the downstream side. In this bottom, there is the heel is here. And the toe will be here, and it can be gallery, infiltration gallery can be constructed, and also freeboard. Here the freeboard is there, and MWL means maximum water level, and the parapet wall for the sides of the dam, and this is the downstream side. The spillway will be provided, and also crest can be and sluice way can be provided. So these are the used for the these are the general components of the purposes, but we have to be discussed each and every point in the later based on this one. What is meant by crest? As the crest, here the crest is nothing but a top of the level which is the usual. So the crest is the top of the dam which is some causes to the excess water can be may be used by providing the roadway or walkway for this dam. For suppose Nagarjuna Sagar, there is a dam is constructed and it can be used, the dam can be used for the traveling purposes also. But in the Srisailam dam, it is not possible because the width will be the very less. So not only that, it due to the vehicle allowing this one can be damaged the structure. That's why depth will be the more. The Srisailam dam will not be permitted for the transportation purpose in the top. Only the maintenance of the officers and main staff can be used for the traveling from one side to another side. Next, parapet walls. As we know that parapet walls is nothing but we have to be constructed parapet wall. Two sides can be used for safety purposes in the as a road which is constructed, as we know, as I discussed above, the sides of the walls can be constructed used. Next, heel. Let us see that on the diagram. In the heel of the dam in the upstream side, in the bottom can be used as the for the safety of the purposes can be used for the heel, and also at the same time toe can be in the downstream side. This is the some shape should be leg type. So this is our leg and how it can be stabilized ourselves, and just like that it can be also the structure can be used for the stabilizing of the structure. They are going to be designed like that. It is a heel and the other one is a toe. Next, spillway. What is meant by spillway? A spillway is nothing but the can be constructed. Let us see in the diagram, you can understand easily. The spillway, the top one spillway is provided to overflow the water in the during the time. So let us see. A spillway is the structure which is arrangement near the top of the passage. Surplus or excess water can be removed from the water from the reservoir. That is called as the spillway. Spillway can be used. Next, galleries. Yes, I know that this is the gallery. The gallery is also one of the major part which is constructed in the dam. Why is the purpose of the gallery? In the gallery can be provided for having the space in the drilling out the holes to drainage and drainage holes. This may be also used accommodated for instrumentation studying the performance of the dam. In this drainage, the persons will be go and inspect the inside the dam whether there is any leakages, any damages can be identified, and immediately it can be rectified. So due to the galleries, that is the purpose of the galleries can be provided in the dam. Next, there are the some of the types can be gravity dam, arch dam, buttress dam, and the embankment dam. So let us sluice way. What is meant by sluice way? Let us see in the sluice way. Let us see in the diagram. You can understand sluice way. This is the sluice way. Let us see that here. Sluice way. The sluice way is nothing but can be sluice way is the opening of the dam near the base, providing for the clear the silt in the accumulation in the reservoir. That is the main purpose of the we are going to providing the sluice way. Next, freeboard. Freeboard is here nothing but this is the highest the spacing between the MWL maximum water level to the reservoir at the top of the dam. So let us see in the diagram, you can understand easily what is the meant by freeboard. So here freeboard is nothing but here the normal freeboard can be provided here. So let us see that one. There is a difference between MWL, and that means maximum water level, from the maximum water level to the normal pool level. So the difference in this one we have to be called as the freeboard. Next to dead storage. These the definitions are very important to understand. And dead storage. Dead storage is level of permanent structure storage below which the water will not be withdrawn from this one. That is called withdrawal. This is some of the water can be stored continuously for fisheries. Also, it can be constructed for the strengthening the dam. So that is the purpose of the storage of the water. Then, and not only that, the water can, some of the water can be utilized for emergency purposes. It can be also be used. So that's why this is the storage of the dead storage of the water level. Next, diversion tunnel. Diversion tunnel will be constructed divert the change of the direction of some of the floods will become, some of the water can be diverted to another way. Why? Because the inflow will be very high and when compared with the outflow. So the water can be diverted from other way. So that is called constructed as the diversion tunnel. Next, based on the functions of the dam, it can be classified into the following. So the functions, the storage dams can be storage dam. The second one is diversion dam and the detention dam and debris dam and the coffer dam. These are the different type of the dams can be constructed here to different types. What is? Let us see the one by one. What is meant by storage dam? Here, storage dam is nothing but they are constructed to store the water during the rainy season when there is a large flow of the inflow of the river. So the storage dam, many of these small dams can be incorporated in count and spring the runoff from the use of the dry summers. The storage dam is nothing but to store the water, providing the water to supply an important habitat, fisheries and wildlife. And this has also can be stored hydroelectrical power generation for the flood control of the project. Next, storage dams are the most common type of the dams. In the general, dam means of the storage dam unless qualified otherwise. These are the storage of the dam. The main purpose storage dam is to storage the water of the maximum level of the water which is available from the catchment. Next, let us see the storage. This is the one of the example for the storage. Here, let us see the storage of the dam. The large purpose can be store the water here. So, it can be utilized only for the emergency purposes to store the water. So, this is the best example for the storage of the water. Next, diversion dam. Very, very important. The second one is diversion. Let us see in the diagram, you have to understand the easily here the diversion dam. Diversion dam, the name itself is that to divert the water from the reservoirs to other the canal the way. So let us see here that diversion dam is constructed for the purpose of diverting the water of the river into the off-taking of the canal. So it means that it can be constructed and can be sent to the off-taking of the canals. They are provided in sufficient pressure for the pushing or into the ditches. And canals are also every in system. Such shorter dams can be used for the irrigation purposes and diversion the streams of the storage of the reservoir. Let us see that one here. The canal is there. This dam which is the divert the water store and it can be sent to the another canal. So based on the operation of this one, the major dam which can be stored and it can be divert the water from the other sources, other canals, based on the requirement and based on the purposes only. And this is the regarding the diversion dams. So detention dam. What is meant by detention dam? A detention dam is nothing but a dam is the flood. A detention dam regards the flow of the river of the downstream during the floods may be storing and the flood water. Thus the effect of sudden floods will becomes the detect the water and some extent the water may be retained the reservoir at least released the gradually to control rate of accumulation according to the carrying the capacity of the control. The area of the downstream of these protected against the flood. So this is the truly the detention dam. Next, this is the best example for which you have to show the detention of the dam. Next, debris dam. Debris dam network, we know that debris, these type of the dams will be constructed due to the debris material, means there are waste material can be available, can be constructed just to temporary structures or storage of the water to overflowing of that one. These debris such as sand, gravel and cannot driftwood floating in the river. The water after the passing of the debris dam relatively clear. Can be there is the debris of the dam. Next, coffer dam. Coffer dam is the dam which is the constructed, very important to, this is the temporary dam which is constructed during the heavy structures. The diversion means the water always available in the river, but how can we construct across the structure? So on the situation, what happens, the temporary structures will be constructed and can be divert the water from the due to the construction of the coffer dam. So the diverted, and after the completion of the construction, it can be removed. That's why we call as this temporary structures. The coffer dam is the temporary structures and diverts the canal and construction of the dam. Let us see the another diagram easily. This is the coffer dam of the best example for diverting. Here see that one, diverting of the water. So inside you have to be any of the pillars here constructed inside. The water will not be allowed in the other sides and can be, after the completion of the inside, the water can be removed here, and first the water can be removed. After the removing of the water, after the concreting of the pillar, any other structures will be completed. Then only the sides will be removed. So then it can be fixed to another purpose. So this is the used for the coffer dam. A coffer dam is the very important structure to construct and diversion of the any of the hydraulic structure. Why? Because the water will not be water can be available in the 365 days. So it is very difficult to construct the inside the canal lakes, just like Godavari and Ganga, whatever it is. So these are the continuously water flowing in the peak summer also. So on that situation, we have want to construct a bridge or barrier, whatever it is. So such type of the temporary construction will be constructed, and it can be divert the water after the completion only. It can be utilizing the purpose, general purposes. So just like bridges, whatever the bridges or railway lines, whatever it is, they may be constructions will become the pillars. We have to be incorporated in that particular place, and by using the coffer dams may be used for the diverting of the water and the to finishing of the structures. So next, the classification based on the hydraulic design. Classification based on the hydraulic design. So classification based on the structures. In previously classification based hydraulic structures. In this one, classification based on the according to the hydraulic design. The first one is overflow dam. Overflow dam, non-overflow dam, rigid dam and non-rigid dam. These are the four types of the for the classification according to the hydraulic design. Next, overflow dam. What is meant by overflow dam? The name itself, overflow in the dam. This is the dam which is constructed in the low height, but it can be stored some water. The excess water only can be removed. It can be constructed with the material concrete. Dam crest, from the dam crest, excess water can be allowed from the enter to the outside, the downstream side. So this is the overflow. This type of the structures is the best example for the overflow dams. Next, non-overflow dam. Non-overflow dam, nothing but this can be dam will be constructed to just for storage, but not from this one we cannot be overflowing that. Or suppose there is a earthen dam or a rock dam, like that, the water cannot be allowed in the top. What happens? It can be, if water can be allowed, the structure fully can be damaged. So that's why this is the only for storage and only can be used for storage, and it cannot be flow through this one. So these type of we call it as non-overflow dam. Non-overflow dam. Next, rigid dam. What is meant by rigid dam? Rigid dam is a dam. It can be constructed due to the rigid materials, mean fixed, just like concrete in materials. We call it as steel. With rigid materials such as masonry, concrete, steel, or any timber, we call it as rigid materials can be constructed. These type of the dams we call it as rigid dams. Another one is here also concrete, and the here also used for the reservoir from this. So this is called the rigid dam. Non-rigid dam. What are the non-rigid dam? In the non-rigid dam is nothing but non-rigid materials, just like it can be constructed gravel, sand, silt, clay. They are the non-rigid materials. So tiling of the dam, waste or refuse obtained from the mess, and the rock material supporting of the warm materials on the face. These are the non-rigid of the material. The materials which is constructed non-rigid materials, it is the best example for the construction of the dam. But the cost, the many of the hydraulic structures will be constructed, but it can be based on the purposes, based on the availability and utilization of the water, and geological conditions will be also give the dominating the, and also the budget, very important. How much you wanted to be spent on particular project, whether it is useful or not, which purpose we are constructing, can be lot of criteria will be consideration while the construction of the hydraulic structure across the rivers. Next, rock-fill composite dam. The rock-fill dam is nothing but the dam which is on the downstream side, earth fill of the upstream side. So one side is the earth fill, other well is can be stone pitching will be provided on the other side. The earth dams is provided storage mat and the spillway section. Such dams is called composite dam, and this means composite dams which is the spillway section. Such dams are called provided masonry or concrete overflow. The best example nothing but the Nagarjuna Sagar. Nagarjuna Sagar composite dam. Half of the hydraulic structure, half of the earth dams will be constructed on the banks. So these are the best example for the Nagarjuna Sagar dam is the for the mixed of the dam. Let's say some cases the part of length of the dam is constructed dam and exiting the spillway as the masonry. Such dams are called masonry cum earthen dams. Masonry cum earthen dams. These are the some best example for our construction of the mixed dams or rock-fill dams. Okay. So remaining will be discussed in the. So thank you. So remaining will be discussed in the next sessions. Thanks so much.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.